ScouterStan. Let's talk about changing that meeting. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of scout meetings that tend to go on, and they really don't get anything done. When I was recruiting thousands of scouts, I always thought in back of my mind, no one ever joined scouting to be stuck in a boring meeting every week. Changing this mindset of meetings into planning or preparation meetings for an adventure is far more interesting. As adult scout leaders, we need to encourage our youth to take on the mindset of making the meetings more than just scout skills. Combine those scout skills with the adventures that they've already scheduled. That's the key. And it all starts with planning ahead. Get a good annual plan of all the different campouts and adventures that the troop or crew wants to do. It's important to have that agenda for each meeting, but they should be matched up with the adventures. The senior patrol leader is in charge of the troop meeting, and they should have a plan that they have put together based on the schedule that they have worked out ahead of time in the Patrol Leaders Council, known as a PLC. Now, these are the mechanics. These are the basics of what's going on there, but it needs to be set up ahead of time. That way, you stay on task according to the skills that you want to work on for the adventure that's coming up. One of the good ways to stay focused is delegating roles. Your senior patrol leader at that Patrol Leaders Council needs to mix it up as far as who's going to be doing the opening or the flags, who's in charge of the game, who's in charge of cleanup. This should all be set, and mixing it up between the different patrols is critical. The senior patrol leader and assistant senior patrol leaders need to be working with the troop scribe to be the timekeeper so that everything goes in order. And things can get out of control. That's okay. We love excitement, and that's what scouts like the most. But we can't lose track of time. We will run out of time, and we won't cover what we wanted to cover. The youth can develop these skills of leadership, and this will ensure that everything runs efficiently. Now, there are some engagement strategies, and one of the big ones is that the meeting is planning or learning the skills that are needed. Say, for instance, the troop is going on a canoe trip. Bring the canoe into the meeting. Bring a canoe in there so they can actually see what it looks like, what they're going to be using to go down the river. All the equipment like the life jackets and the oars and helmets and anything that's needed for that adventure. This is exciting. Youth really gravitate towards that excitement of an adventure that's coming up. And having that excitement will help avoid passive attendance. You will get people coming out of the woodwork trying to get to that meeting. It's fun. It's exciting. And that's what meetings should be. But always keep in mind, there should be some time management. And using a timekeeper like the scribe to keep things on track can help. Now, relating a full theme, if you were doing canoeing, you would make the game a life jacket or a relay game with throwing lifelines out and pulling in scouts on cardboard mats that could slide across the floor back to the other side. And then if you have an entire patrol that wins that relay game, they get a prize like being the first on the water when it comes to the actual trip. This will boost your attendance, this will boost your excitement, and it won't be a boring meeting. Now, throughout any meeting, you need to have those visual aids that stimulate the conversation. Don't just stand in front of a blackboard or a whiteboard and draw designs and stuff. It's just not enough. Make sure you have charts and digital representations, different things. If you're going on a field trip to NASA, maybe showing some videos of spaceflight, what it's like to be in the space station. These are great things to build that excitement, but try to keep within the meeting's message. Always have a scout skill related to your adventure. Now, meetings don't have to be big productions. They could be simple problem solving or a discussion. The youth leadership can guide the group in resolving an issue or have a discussion and collaborate on a solution. This could also be a brainstorming meeting where you're developing an idea towards what the scouts want to do as far as their schedule for the year. This builds a consensus technique within the unit and is critical for teamwork. It is always appropriate for reflection and feedback. Encourage everyone that's participating in the meeting with short feedback opportunities where scouts can talk about things that they're concerned with or things that they think should be covered. They should always talk about what went well and what things need to be improved. Every meeting should never skip this feedback opportunity. And it should not be the closing. It might be something before the game in the middle. And that's another thing. The game doesn't have to be in the middle. It could be at the beginning or the end. It's completely up to what the senior patrol leader wants to plan out. At the very end, there should always be a moment for the Scoutmaster's minute and retiring of the colors. This makes a complete package as far as an exciting meeting. And I encourage you to work with your youth leaders to make this successful. Now, make sure that you look at your planning seminar when you set up all the adventures that you have for the year. It's critical to put this in to your meetings. Like I said, nobody joins scouting to be in a boring meeting. And when you take this opportunity to turn your meetings into fantastic learning skills and things for your adventures, this will change everything. This will make your meetings more popular and a lot more people will attend. Scouting is a fascinating thing where we can include skills into our adventures and make those adventures better and safer. And we do so much for our scouts. We need to keep up that good, hard work. Work with your youth leaders. Make sure that they have all of the facilities that are needed for these incredible meetings. Keep up that good work, and I can't wait to see you on the trail.